Sharanga Sharanagati Hoibe Jahara Tahara Pratana Shune Shinanda Kumara Rupa Sanatana Pare Tante Trinakori Bhakati Vinoda Pare Drupada Dori Kadia Kadia Bole Amito Adama Shikaye Sharanagati Koroe Utama Jaya Swapashara Jaya Gaurahari Swapashara Jaya Gaurahari Jaya Swapashara Jaya Gaurahari Swapashara Jaya Gaurahari today? I don't know if there's any Vaishnav TTs. Really? Maybe Gopal Bhatta Goswami, maybe. That was yesterday? Oh, I missed it. Let's see. Yeah. Hello, Dave. I'm trying to find Mr. Shastakam Kirtan. Like it's here. Yeah, where is? Oh, I found it. Yeah. Rupita Varana Gora. Which one? Yeah. Tuhudoya Sagar, page 186. Tuhudoya Sagara, Tariyete Prani. Tuhudoya Sagara, Tarayite Prani. Namayane tua shikaoliani Namayane tua shikaoliani Sakala Shakati De Name Tohara Sakala Shakati De Name Tohara Grahane Rakilo Nahi Kala Vichara Grahane Rakilo Srinama Chintamani Tohari Samana Srinama Chintamani Tohari Samana Vishve Bilaoli Karuna Nidana Karuna Nidana doyai chana Paramaudara Duvayai chana Paramaudara Atishaya Mandanatam Pagahamara Atishaya Mandanatam Pagahamara Nahi Janamalo Name Anuragamora Nahi Janamalo Name Anuragamora Bhakati Vinoda Chitam Duke Vibora Bhakati Vinoda Tuhdaya Sagar Taraita Prani Tuhdaya Sagar Taraita Prani Namanika Tuashika Oliani Namanika Tuashika Jaya Nama Prabhu Jaya Nama Prabhu Nama Prabhu Jaya Nama Prabhu Jaya Nama Prabhu Jaya Nama Prabhu Nam Prabhu Jaya Thakur Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod Bhakti Vinod
Cool. Thanks. What to do? Huh? Oh, okay. Okay. Score. No. Thanks. Is there some glasses in there, bro? Yeah. You know, getting old here. It's getting old. Page 87. Akabe Gorani Tai. Akabe Gorani Tai. Epatita Jane Urukripa Kori Takajibe Duzibai. Duhu kripa bale navadvipa dame tekibo brajera shobha. Ananda Sugada Kunjamanohara Haribo Nayana Loba Haribo Nayana Loba Tare Nikate Shilalita Kunda Ratnavedi Kato Shata Yatarada Krishna Lila Vistariya Viharena Virata Viharena Virata Saki Gana Datta Lila Sahaya Nana Seva Sukha Paya Edasi Tataya Sakira Agnate Kayeti Utidaya Kayeti Utidaya Malatira Mala Gatia Anibo Dibo Tabe Saki Kore Radha Krishna Gale Saki Poraibe Nachibo Ananda Bore Nachibo Ananda Bore Akabe Gora Nitai Jaya Nitai Jaya Gaur Jaya Nitai Jaya Gaur Jaya Nitai Jaya Gaur Jaya Nitai Jaya Gaur Alas, when will the two brothers Gornitai bestow their abundant mercy upon this most fallen person, and show themselves to him? By the power of their mercy I shall see the transcendental splendor of Braj in Navadvip. I shall behold the enchanting Ananda Sukada Kunj with greedy eyes. Near to Ananda Sukada Kunj is Lalita Kunj, surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of bejeweled sitting places, where Shri Radha and Krishna expand the incessant revelry of their pastimes. All of their Sakis are there to assist in these pastimes, realizing the joy of rendering various kinds of seva. This maidservant is also present, running here and there to carry out her duties on the order of her Saki. Stringing a garland of malati flowers, I shall bring it and place it in the hands of my Saki. She'll place it around the necks of Shishirada and Krishna, and I shall dance, filled with ecstasy. Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki.
We could. That one's long. I'll do the Gopinath Amar Upayanai. 4. Kind of long too, but it's all good. Realizing actually I can play harmony because you're here, but maybe tomorrow. It's okay. Gopinath Amara Upayanai. Gopinath Amara Upayanai. Tumi kripa kori amare loile samsara udhara pai. Gopinath Amara Upayanai. Gopinath Perichi Maya Refere. Tanadara Sutta Giriche Amare Kametere Kene Jare. Tanadara Sutta Kametere Keje Gopinath Purichi Maya Referi. Gopinath Manaje Pagala Mora. Namane Sasa Sada Chetana. Namane Sasa Sada Chetana Vishairaye Chegora. Gopinath Haraje Mene Cheyami. Aneke Jatana Oilo Bifala Ekona Parasatumi. Gopinath Kimone Hoi Bogati. Vapala Indriya Vasibhutamana Indriya Vapala Indriya Vasibhutaman Nacha Devi Shayarati. Gopinath Hridaye Bosiya Mora. Gopinath Hridaye Bosiya Mora. Gopinath Maneke Samya Laoni Japane Gucci Baby Parago. Gopinath Anate Deki Amore Gopinath. Tumi Rishikesha Rishikadamiya Tarahe Samsmrita Gore. Tagore Gopinath Galaya Lege Chefasha. Kripa Shidori Pandana Chedia Asidori Pandana Chedia Kripa Shidori Pandana Chedia Vinode Karo Hedasa. Vinoda Karo Dasa. Gopinath Amare Pana. Tumi Kripa Kori Amare Loilo Samsara Udara Pai. Gopinath Tumi Kripa Kori Amare Loila Samsara Udara. Jaya Gopinatha Radha Gopinatha Gopinatha Radha Gopinatha Radha Gopinatha Jaya Radha Gopinatha Jaya Radha Gopinath Gopinatha Radha Gopinatha Radha Gopinath. Radha. Yeah.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Raite. Damodarati Vardhana Veshe Harini Skuta Vinda Vipineshe. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Vishabhanu Nadi Navashashileke Lalita Shaki Gunaramita Vishake. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Karunam Kurumai Karunavarite Shanaka Shanantana Vanita Charite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Vishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe. Vishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol.
Jnanatimrandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Chit Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha Yam Pravachantamanapetanapeta Kritam Dvaipayano Virahaka Taduachuhava Putretritan Mayatayo Tadavo Vanedush Tangsava Bhuta Hridayam Munimanatosmi Bhaktya Vahinaya Parada Lakshai Chiptasya Kamaditarangamadye Kripa Mai Tvam Sharanam Prapadyam Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam Tavevasmi Tavevasmi Najivami Tam Vina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tam Nayanam Charanantike Kripayadi Adi Radha Bharita Shesha Bhara Kima Paravishishtam Pushti Maya Dayorme Yadi Vadati Chakinshit Smera Hasho Ditashir Trijavaramani Panktya Mukti Shuktya Tadakim Shama Sundara Shakanda Shekhar Smera Samarali Manohara Radhika Rasika Mama Kripaniri Twa Priya Charana Kinkarim Karu Prananata Vishabhanu Nandini Shri Mukhabjarasalola Sadvada Radhika Padatale Kritastitim Tvam Bhajami Rasikendra Shekhar Samvidaya Dashane Trinam Vibho Prarthaye Vrajamehendra Nandana Astu Mohana Tavati Vallabha Janma Janmani Madishvari Priya. So first after my heartfelt obeisances to my beloved Holy Master, Nitya Vishnu Vishnu Pada Sota Sota Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, also unto Nitya Vishnu Vishnu Pada Sota Shishimad Bhakti Vigam Bharti Goswami Maharaj, Nitya Vishnu Vishnu Pada Sota Sota Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and to all of our guardians, this path of devotion, especially today, to Shri Narahari Seva Vigraha, his divine Tirabhav Titi, and to Shri Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj on his Avirbhav Titi. So I'm going to read from Srila Param Gurudev's biography about Narahari Seva Vigraha. They were very close friends. Actually, Narahari Seva Vigraha was very best friends with Param Gurudev, Bhakti Keshav Maharaj. But I will share that one time when Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj came to LA in 2000, he wanted to go for a walk on the beach. And so me, Krishnamai, and Shivananda went, and there was only a few of us, and we just, where they just randomly parked, we started walking, and we noticed it was like Pier 10, like lifeboat stations with Station 10. And then when he got tired, he said he wanted to sit down with Station 8. And so it was sweet because we walked like 108. And he sat down and he really liked, it was in Malibu. He really liked it. And he said, huh? He liked the sand. And he said, it's a good place for preaching. And then he wanted to see the cars. He wanted to see all the cars. He said, so many cars, like on the overpass of the highway. He wanted to look at the cars, just give his blessings to all the people going by. And he also, previously to being in LA, he was in, I guess it was 2001 actually, because he was in New York, and he said he wanted to go on the elevators in the Twin Towers. So he rode the elevators before it got blown up. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that crazy? So, it was very sweet. And Bhakti Vichar Vishnu Maharaj was young. We didn't even know, like, we were new to the Mat also. We didn't know who anybody was. We're initiated with Gurudev already for 1 year, but Bhakti Vichar Vishnu Maharaj was like a young boy. Brahmachari. But even then we were like, wow, the kirtan was so amazing. So, okay, so the departure of Srila Narahari Seva Vigraha Prabhu. On January 30th, 1948, Nathuram Godse shot Mahatma Gandhi at the Delhi Prayer Assembly. On that very same day, Ajata Shatru, Pujapad Shri Narahari Brahmachari Seva Vigraha Prabhu, disappeared from this world of Shri Navadvip Dham during the Brahma Muhurta hour. At that time, Srila Gurudev was preaching in the Medinapur area. When he returned to Chunchura on February 1st, he received a telegram. That was his first mat in between Calcutta and Navadvip. He received a telegram from Sri Mahananda Brahmachari with his heartbreaking news and became stunned like a stone. When his external consciousness returned a short time later, he began to cry, overwhelmed by the piercing separation. Sri Seva Vigraha Prabhu was one of the foremost disciples and intimate servants of Jagat Guru Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. Our most worshipful Srila Guru Padapadma had a very close friendship with him. They lived together for a long time and served Sri Mayapur in countless ways. Srila Prabhupada turned over the entire responsibility for Sri Mayapur to this dear servant and could then preach Shuddha Bhakti everywhere with a peaceful mind. After Srila Prabhupada's disappearance, Sri Seva Vigraha Prabhu and Srila Gurudev left Chaitanya Mat together and established Sri Devananda Gaudiya Mat and Sri Dham Navadvip. Like Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev entrusted the whole responsibility of Sri Devananda Gaudiya Mat to Sri Seva Vigraha Prabhu and could thus preach peacefully everywhere. In the first issue of Sri Gaudiya Pachika, the main magazine of the Samiti, Srila Gurudev wrote an essay entitled Viraha Mangalaya about Seva Vigraha Prabhu. The torment I feel by not being able to see Sri Guru Padapadma and Thakur Narahari Seva Vigraha Prabhu, who is devoted solely to serving him, mingles with my pen, causing it to falter at every step and proceed so slowly across the page. Wow. So Prabhupada was very pleased to discover his intimate servitor, Pujapad Sri Narahari Brahmachari Seva Vigraha. He handed over the whole responsibility of his beloved Akura Maharaj Sri Chaitanya Mat to him and happily went to far distant places to preach pure bhakti with full concentration. O Narahari Da, your uninterrupted service to Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas will manifest of its own accord in the memory of anyone who takes your auspicious name. You are the embodiment of Srila Prabhupada's dearmost Sri Chaitanya Mat. When we lived with you, we all thought that we were living in the Chaitanya Mat. You have performed the ideal service in a way that is supremely blissful and free from anger. This is the sole aim and objective of Shri Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. Wow. Supremely blissful and free from anger. One time, that's the definition of Trinadapi. Now. And it's amazing because, we live in a month, so we're experiencing it. This is the sole aim and objective. It's some people, I feel, try to, what's the word? When you supersede things, spiritual bypassing, thank you, of Radhadasyam. But what about what? It's that's why it's so amazing to, in Srila Bharti Maharaj, as we know, stresses so much about remembering our Vaishnavas on their disappearance and appearance days, bring all auspiciousness. And we hear this we hear it every, once a week, we're hearing this, who brings all auspiciousness, so we don't remember brings inauspiciousness. But we sing Mangalarti, the same songs every day. We need to take prasadam every day. If we don't remember them, how are we going to become qualified Vaishnavas ourselves? It's impossible, really. It's it's just so important. For me, I find it's the most important, actually. Yeah, Vaishnava, and then Srila Gurudev also glorified his best friend, Srila Narahari Thakur, in his preface to Prabandhavali, which was presented on Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disappearance day. In that preface, he described him as a brilliant star of the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti, who is eternally immersed in the flow of nectar coming from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Srila Narahari Seva Vigraha Prabhu appeared in the famous Vasu dynasty of the village of Deyada in the Yashohara district of East Bengal. In his early life, he and his family were initiated with the Shakti mantra, but he and the majority of his family members were later influenced by Vaishnava association and were initiated into the Krishna mantra, and all began to perform sadhan bhajan. When his elder brother left this world, Sri Narahari renounced his family and this material world and took shelter at the lotus feet of Jagadguru Om Vishnupad Shishimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was pleased with Sri Narahari's versatile abilities and service mentality and appointed him manager of Sri Chaitanya Mat. Sri Narahari was like a mother in nurturing the young boys who lived in the Mat. Every day he would wake them up, feed them, and take care of them. So sweet. Because of this sweet, affectionate behavior, the Mat residents referred to him as the mother of the Gaudiya Mat. I also heard Gurudev once say he was like the Florence Nightingale. Florence Nightingale, Florence Nightingale, she was in the army, she was this female saint, took care of wounded soldiers, and the mother of the Gaudiya Mat. But everyone, young and old, addressed him as Narahari Da. He was always chanting Shri Harinam and was totally absorbed in the various services of the Mat. It's such I don't know, I was reading this a little bit earlier and I went on a tangent in my head, so I'm not going to tangent here. But I had a pre-tangent, but always, totally absorbed in the various services of the Mat. Not I am on schedule for this hour. I'm on schedule, for this, so I don't have to do anything else. That's not what Mat life is. There's dishes, you do them. There's trash on the ground, you pick it up. It's not. It's not just. We're all obviously I'm not pure Vaishnav like Shri Narahari, Seva Vigraha Prabhu, and we all have our capacity and our limits and our adhikar. But yet, at the same time, it's always good to push ourselves a little bit above and beyond our capacity, because then automatically we'll get to that capacity. So it's Srila Gurudev would always say, take responsibility. We have to take responsibility. And that's one of the first things Shamranji on our first tour. She said when she told us how we had to wipe our spot after we take prasad, she said, Srila Prabhupada said, otherwise, if you don't wipe your spot, then you might as well go back to your mother's. And so Anita and I were like, we don't want to go back to our mother. So we were always like, quick, wipe your spot. And Rasananda Prabhu, who's now Bhaktivedanta Sridhar Maharaj, when I first came to Vrindavan, when he would see me at Rup Sanatan, he's like, oh, not coming to Mangalakti, you might as well go back to your country. So it's like, we're coming to the Mat, we're coming to stay in the Mat, and it's not like our material life, it's not like otherwise go home. Sometimes in the deep night, when everyone else was sleeping, he would sit in his secluded Bhajan Kutir and chant Shri Harinam with Vipralamba Bhav, feelings of separation from Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. We have heard that he sometimes used to tie his sika to a wooden handle high on the wall to force himself to stay awake while he chanted Harinam. No Mat resident ever saw him become angry. Even if someone needed to be chided for some special reason, he would scold them sweetly while smiling with great affection. The following incident took place when I, the author, Srila Gurudev, was new in the Mat. I was young then and very energetic. Imagine being a policeman. In the morning, the local farmers would bring vegetables, milk, and other products from their neighborhoods to the vegetable market on the street just outside the Mat. Shri Seva Vigraha Prabhu and Srila Narottam Brahmachari went outside on the side of the road and began to bargain for vegetables for the Mat. The farmers were an unruly lot, and they quarreled about everything. One time, one of them struck Narottam Prabhu on the head, drawing blood. Hearing the tumult, I came out, and when I saw the blood on Prabhuji's head, I lost all self-control. I took a piece of bamboo from the courtyard of the Mat and hit that insolent farmer on his back so hard that the bamboo broke and the farmer fell to the ground. In a moment, hundreds of farmers assembled and began to create an uproar, threatening to attack the Mat. However, Pujapad Shriman Seva Vigraha Prabhu calmly and peacefully settled this difficult situation with great expertise. First, he caught me and locked me up in a room in the Mat. Then he confronted the crowd alone and pacified them all. Seva Vigraha Prabhu had a very affectionate manner. He went to the home of all sorts of people and spoke Harikatha. He took an interest in people's happiness and distress, and they endured their difficulties because of his sweet words. Srila Gurudev could never forget his dear godbrother. Whenever he remembered Shri Seva Vigraha Prabhu, he became overwhelmed with feelings of separation. Srila Gurudev named the huge entrance gate of Sri Devananda Gaudiya Mat Shri Narahari Torana in Seva Vigraha's memory. This can still be seen today. That's the entrance. Entrance to Devananda Gaudiya Mat. I just want to see if there's anything different in this other article I saw. What does a Jata Sadhu mean? For to all? Or I think this is this. Hmm. Okay, I'm just gonna. There's a couple letters to Param Gurudev. Letter to Pujapad Keshav Maharaj, 27th of March, 1949. The following is an extract from a 1949 letter of Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. The original letter was in Bengali and was reprinted along with this translation in the 2001 edition of Rays of the Harmonist. Okay. Sri Gaudiya Pachika by the revered Sri Yuta Abhay Charan De, editor of Back to Godhead magazine. Pujapad Keshav Maharaj, please accept my Dandavat Pranam. Yesterday I became extremely pleased to receive Sri Gaudiya Pachika, which you sent me. Although the Pachika is of medium size, its presentation is very beautiful, and its paper and printing is also good. Very few printing mistakes are seen, and can be considered negligible or almost nil. By this it seems that the supervision of the magazine is very well done. Your comprehensive and extensive preaching efforts always attract my heart. That you always remember me indicates the greatness of character for which you were celebrated even in your previous ashram, before joining the Mat. But I am so unfortunate that I am unable to render any service to you. Therefore, please forgive my offenses and discrepancies out of your magnanimous nature. You amply encouraged me at the time of the first printing of my Back to Godhead magazine. Though engaged in so many activities, you blessed my poor home by placing your foot dust in it. You inspired us to remember Shripad Narahari Da in the very first article of your Sri Gaudiya Pachika. We became grateful to you for this in every respect. The affectionate and sweet behavior of Shripad Narahari Da will remain illuminated in my heart forever. The pangs of separation from him are in no way less than the pangs of separation from Srila Prabhupada. The articles in Sri Gaudiya Pachika are placed in proper order. You have done excellent work by starting with an article on Srila Baladev Vijayabhusan. Publishing light sketches of our previous acharyas one by one in the Pachika will be extremely beneficial for our sampradaya. I saw a proposal that your Pachika will also present articles in other languages besides Bengali. By the order of Srila Prabhupada, I started Back to Godhead magazine to put forward discussions in the English language. When you will print articles in your Pachika in English, please bless me by accepting a little service from me. I have written many articles and essays in English, and I can send them at your convenience. Shri Abhay Charana Day. And then there's a footnote. Narahari Da is the affectionate address for Srila Narahari Seva Vigraha Prabhu. In Bengali, Da means elder brother. Shri Narahari Seva Vigraha Prabhu Ki. Praying that we can imbibe just a quality of his, a pinch of his qualities to increase our seva vritti and our chanting, tying our sikas, ponies. We're gonna fall asleep and to not get angry and to be blissful, supremely blissful people. Would someone like to? Is there? Do a phone?
Haribol. Okay, we're glorifying Pujapad Srila Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj. Unfailing commitment to bringing prasad. Srila Maharaj used to stay in the Kovura Mat, and each time he would pass Kovura by train, he would unfailingly come to meet us with prasad in hand. Then he would also take us for darshan of the Mat. Kovura is the place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first met Ramananda Roy. Later he established a Mat in Rajamundari, on the east side of the Godavari River. His disciple, Sri Bhakti Kamal Govinda Maharaj, who was still a child at that time, would accompany him to the train station with prasad. They would visit our Hyderabad Mat often. Lessons Bay from Radha Nagara. Once Srimad Bhakti Vijay Purushottam Tirtha Maharaj established a Mat in Vishakhapatnam in the area called Lessons Bay. Pujapad Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj, Pujapad Narayan Maharaj, and myself attended the inauguration of the Mat and deity installation ceremony there. I suggested for them to change the name from Lessons Bay to Radha Nagara, similar to Krishna Nagar. I felt very happy many years later when I was there on Maharaj's Avirbhav Giti, and I heard his disciple announce the name had been changed to Radha Nagar, an illness pastime. There is another Mat in Puri established by Srimad Purushottam Tirtha Maharaj and later given to Puri Maharaj. There, Srila Puri Maharaj performed his illness pastimes. Once, after becoming so ill that he was unable to eat or move, his disciples requested me to go and speak to him. He accepts only Charnamrita and nothing else, because he has great affection for you. Please encourage him to take something more. I went the very next morning and asked, Maharaj, why have you given up eating and drinking? In a very low voice he explained, I have burning pain. I told his disciples to give him 1 or 2 spoons of mishri, sugar candy, and some aniseed, soaked in water every so often. When I met him again after 2 to 3 days, he told me, I ate rice, brinjal, and jackfruit so far. His sevak confirmed this, but admitted he had only taken very little, next to nothing. Eventually they consulted with a doctor from Vishakhapatnam, who prescribed him strong medicines to be taken with sweet lime juice. Sweet lime juice was not available in Puri at that time, so they used to get it from Bhubaneswar and bring it back to him. After some time he was restored to health and later traveled abroad to preach. Today is Srila Maharaj's disappearance day. I remember him and offer my obeisances to him. Srila Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Vigraha Bharti Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Okay. Good. Shri Narahari Seva Vigraha Prabhu ki jai. What an amazing title, Seva Vigraha. Is that it?
I'll just tell one of my favorite stories that when Srila Bharti Maharaj and Srila Gurudev were at Srila Puri Maharaj's, they went to his deity installation in Vishakhapatnam, South India. It was there that then Srila Gurudev, Srila Bharti Maharaj was going back to Puri, and Srila Gurudev wanted to go to Puri, but he didn't have a place to stay yet. He didn't have his own mat. So then Srila Bharti Maharaj said, oh, you can stay with us. And then they had train tickets to go together. And then Srila Bharti Maharaj realized that there was only 2 rooms, his room and the brahmachari room, and that if they got there and together and he was going to give Gurudev his, Gurudev wouldn't take the room. Like if Srila Maharaj was going to say, here, you can have my room, Gurudev would have said, oh, let's stay together. So then he said, oh, something came up in the mat, I have to go back quickly, but I'll meet you there tomorrow. And Srila Maharaj got on a train on the, what's it called? There's a regular seat. What's that called? Yeah, but it's just like a regular, like no, without a ticket. So it's intense for those of you who've been on the trains in India to get a regular, like just general class. General class. It's so crowded. It's pushy, shovey. If you can get a seat, you're lucky. It's really intense. I mean, even AC class is intense, the highest class, but it's fun. Trains are fun. Anyways, so he went back and he moved all this stuff out and he put it in the brahmachari room. And then when Gurdev came the next day, they showed him to your room. Your room is ready. So I heard that was one of the first things I heard from Srila Bharti Maharaj when I first met him. And he said, when he told it, he said, "Oh, your Gurudev is so humble." He said that if he knew I was giving him my room, he wouldn't have taken it. So, but then I later learned that they were together at Srila Bhakti Puri Maharaj's deity installation at his temple in South India. So it just shows like how sweet the relationship is amongst all these God brothers. And sometimes, like we don't understand them. You know, people would say like, "Oh, I never saw Srila Gurudev with Srila Prabhupada," or "I never saw Srila Bharti Maharaj with Srila Gurudev." You know, here we've been around for what, a few years. You know, like, I mean, we weren't around when they were all around. And even if they're not physically together, they are together because Guru is one. Their mood is one. They're communicating on a level that we can't even understand. I cannot even understand. So, like even the other day, we were reading these letters from Bhakti Kumud Sant Maharaj. So here, you know, like I'm on tour with Gurudev. I got to be on tour for 8 years, and you know, and here he's got this very dear friend and senior who he's writing letters to, and you know, from far off lands of Hawaii, and oh, you're in far away England, and you're thinking of me and writing to me, and so it's you know, I just find it so, even with whatever, you know, like whatever goes on institutionally, still we can't even in our level understand any of that to even think or try to, you know, it doesn't do us any good to try to understand it or think about it, or you know, um apparent yeah, yeah, you know, that we unity and diversity. So yeah. Seva? Lots and lots of it. So, say someone else
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Gora Haribo. Nitai Gora Haribo, Haribo, Haribo.